Hello dreamer, welcome to the Crockford. Thanks for joining me for this hotel review in Las Vegas. I'm Brittany and I love having you here and taking you along on all of my hotel stays. If you like hotel reviews and hotel staycations, then please subscribe and stick around. I would love to have you as part of the family here. So I am here at the Crockford in Las Vegas for 2 days over a weekend, and I have a bunch of things planned. The Crockford is part of the Resorts World complex on the north end of the Las Vegas Strip. I have stayed here at Resorts World before in the Conrad Tower and Hotel, and I had a big long video on that I think a lot of you liked. So if you haven't seen that video, then definitely go check it out. I'll link it up here. But then definitely come back because we're gonna have so much fun this weekend. We're gonna be trying a lot of the food that I wasn't able to try last time I was here, and I also didn't get to try the pools last time I was here. Also, a lot of the shops have changed, so we're definitely going to check out all the new happenings there. The Crockford is a very, very luxurious line of hotels. There's only 3 of them right now in the United States, and there's a few others around the world, but they're known for their really indulgent luxury stays. I'm here in the cheapest room that they offer, which is beautiful. And you know, if you're here a lot, I don't say that lightly. This is a stunning room, and it's the cheapest room that they have. They have suites. They have palaces. Yeah, you heard me right. Actual palaces that you can stay in here. At least that's what they call them. So I can't imagine what that's like, but I bet they're amazing. I'm gonna be bringing you along and reviewing things along the way, but it's Friday afternoon and I think it's time to let my hair down, quite literally. And let's go get drinks on the rooftop. I've heard the views are pretty amazing up there. Let's go. Let me catch you up on this evening's festivities. It feels like it's been a while since I talked to you. I almost fell off this couch. Whew. But it really has only been a few hours. You know, East Coast time just beats you up whenever you come out here. Not getting any younger. But we had a dinner, if you call it, really just some light bites up on the 66th floor. It's called Ally, I think. So Ally is part of a rewards program that gives you points if you do spa related things, filler, Botox, facials, things like that. Views up there were beautiful. I love that they had like a little outdoor area that you could go out on. You could smoke if you wanted to, but also just take in the amazing views. Really, really enjoyed it. Food wise, we had lobster rolls, which were very, very good. And then we had a sushi roll from a restaurant down in this district. The roll was not good. So I don't think I'm gonna be heading to that restaurant anytime soon. No, thank you. It didn't taste fresh to me. And I'm like, well, that's not really excusable. My cocktail was one of the best that I've ever had. It was so so amazing. It was perfectly well balanced. The Hennessy didn't overpower it. The Schomburg really made it really like sweet, and really I could have drank probably 3 or 4 of them. Really, really good. Brad had a cookie butter martini and it was really good. Really tasted kind of like the holidays though. Not really like the time of year for it, but delicious nonetheless. We are definitely calling it an early night because once again, East Coast time. So we'll check in with you tomorrow and see what we get up to. Good night. Good morning. I slept really good. You probably still can hear a little bit of my morning voice because I really have just been sitting here in bed. You might hear a little bit of commotion in the background as like Brad gets ready, but I would say that the bed's pretty comfortable. It is a little soft, but I really like the pillows. They were really good, and it's kind of fun. While laying in bed, you can kind of see the video show that's on the side of the building. It's mostly ads, but still something to look at. There really actually wasn't very much good on TV last night. I was so tired last night, I forgot to tell you that we went for dessert after we left the lounge. So we stopped by Lady M, which is crepe cakes. That's what they're known for. They also have a little ice cream bar. Brad had ice cream. It was really good, as you could expect. And I had a crepe cake, their signature original. I would probably get a different flavor next time, but I love crepe cake. So this was as good as expected. So that was really awesome. Now, this morning, I think I'm going to do a sheet mask because they actually provide them in the bathroom. So I have to find out how they are. I used one of their makeup wipes that were actually branded the Crockford last night, and it wasn't very makeup removery. It was definitely really gentle, but still really cool that they provide them in general. They really have all the amenities in the bathroom that you could ever possibly want, and it's pretty brightly lit. I'll cover all of that in my room and amenities review a little bit later, so definitely stick around for that. But I'm going to put a sheet mask on because it's Vegas, so I'm definitely feeling a little dry this morning. And as you probably figured, we have to go find the best coffee. I did notice that Junior's has replaced what I believe to be the hotel's branded little breakfast cafe diner concept. Whenever you walk out of the hotel section, there used to be this really nice looking, but I didn't try it last time, little breakfast area, but now it is taken over by Junior's, which I think is from New York, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But it's like a deli breakfast place, and it looks like it's open 24 hours, so that's a nice touch. But across the walkway from that is the place that we tried last time, which is Suns Out, Buns Out, which is breakfast sandwiches. They were really good. And Randy's Donuts. And those are also really, really good. So I don't know where we'll end up this morning. Definitely coffee is on the menu. We caught breakfast in the Crockfords lobby area. It was free and it was just like small bites, but the coffee was really, really good. So that's a great amenity. Also, it doesn't hurt that the Crockfords lobby is really, really nice. So I've just been over across the street shopping at Ross's all morning. I'm sure you'll see some of the things that I bought in other Vegas vlogs. So it is about noon now. Brad's been working in the room. I'm done shopping. It is time for some pool time and lunch. We're gonna try out the pool restaurant that's down there and probably bake because it's about 101 out, so pretty warm. The Crockfords guests get their own pool. It used to be the infinity pool. It's not anymore. Now they've changed it and it's a different pool. So you can still use the infinity pool, but you're gonna have to pay for it just like any other guest. Kind of a downside, kind of slipped it in, hope nobody would notice, but I see you. let's go get some food.
Look at all this light. This bathroom is very well lit. Just got back from the pool and I thought I would finally use this face mask that I thought that I was going to use this morning, and I never did, but now I definitely need it. The pool wasn't as good as what I would have hoped. There was a few problems with it. First, I definitely don't recommend that restaurant. It was bad and service was even worse. I had fish tacos that had almost no fish on them and they were spicy but like lacked flavor. Not good. We also got our food before our drink. So it's great the food was so fast, but also I hate that. I really like to sit with my cocktail or even my mocktail, which was the case, before my like food arrives. So that wasn't so good. Then we went over to the Crockfords pool. I wish it didn't have the little kiddie play area in it because it just made it like a child mecca. But in general, it was okay. You do get like free bottled water there, which is really, really nice compared to the rest of the pool area. And there's plenty of shade over there. So if you're a big shade person like I am, that's kind of nice. Definitely didn't have quite the luxury feel like that infinity pool back whenever Crockfords guests got access to that. But I would like to note that I don't believe they just got free access to it. They didn't get exclusive access. So now Crockfords guests gets exclusive access to the Crockfords pool. So in some ways it's better, in some ways it's worse. The pool area itself was kind of needing some maintenance. My towel was dirty. The little umbrella stand was looking like it needed like a new paint job, and the cushions were kind of coming apart. It just needed some TLC. So considering that that was exclusively the Crockfords pool, you would expect that to be in better condition. I would have liked different loungers there just to kind of set it apart. Also, they weren't checking very much. So if you come to Resorts World and you want to use Crockfords pool, you probably can, because depending on who's there, they probably aren't checking very much. The only other thing I wanted to kind of mention about it is that there was a lot of kids there, and there was lifeguards, but they weren't paying attention at all. I would have liked to see some better lifeguards considering there were so many children in the pool playing. But we need an afternoon pick-me-up, so I think we're gonna go find some coffee after this sets, and I'll check in with you later. We have an amazing place for dinner. Excited to take you with us. Thought I would check in with you guys before we left for dinner. I think I mentioned earlier that we're going to Carver Steak, which has been consistently voted as one of the top restaurants in Las Vegas for the past like 2 years. So pretty good, pretty well since it was open. Resorts World's been open for about 3 years. They're just having their anniversary sale, their 3rd anniversary sale. Pretty excited about that. Hopefully it's good. I got these shoes at Ross today. I think they're going to be pretty comfortable. That's pretty well it. Hopefully it's good, cross our fingers, and then I think afterward we hope to hit up a lounge. The Genting lounge is now like a tiki lounge, and that sounds really fun. Or we love 8, which is the cigar lounge here at Resorts World. That's really, really good too. So either way, I'm sure we'll end up someplace great. I'm pretty hungry. Lunch wasn't that good, so we better get going. We're running a little bit late. Just got back from dinner. It's still pretty early, but we're still feeling pretty tired, so I don't know if we're gonna go back out or not.
but I wanted to talk about dinner while it's still fresh in my mind. So, as mentioned, Carver Steak is one of the top restaurants in Vegas right now, and I definitely can see why. Service was spectacular. Our waiter was Tom, and I believe his assistant was Isabella, but that might be incorrect. I think that's right. They both did a really, really good job taking care of us. Service was outstanding. It's not cheap. It's a high-end steakhouse in Vegas. Our meal with a glass of wine each came to about $250. So be prepared if you're going. That's a fairly conservative number, I would say, dining there. We split the main 2-pound lobster that was in puff pastry with a cognac sauce. I thought it was okay. Brad didn't like it at all. I would say if you're thinking about getting that, the sauce is pretty adventurous and bold tasting. I couldn't taste the lobster through it. That was my number one problem with it. Brad just didn't like the taste of it. It was $125, but easily splittable, so really not too bad. But there's a decent chance that you might not care for it. And I didn't like that you couldn't taste the lobster. We started with their special that was 4 ounces of Wagyu and then grilled on a skewer. It was so good. So amazingly good. I thought about ordering another one. That's how amazing it was. So good. Then we had the chocolate cake that was on special also, and it was really, really good. Really rich, but really tasty. All in all, really good. We both liked our wines that we just picked at random, so great wine selection too. I would definitely recommend. If you're staying here, or maybe if you're staying at Fontainebleau, you could come down, or if you're staying at the Wynn, there's lots of amazing restaurants there, so you probably wouldn't need to come down here to eat there, but I would recommend if you are looking in the area for a good modern steakhouse. It wasn't stuffy in there at all, which I really appreciate. I did the whole stuffy fine dining thing for many, many years. When I was in my 20s, I got on a whole roll of like fine dining establishments, getting dressed up, doing the whole 9 yards. And honestly, the older I get, the more I'm just like, I don't know, can I just maybe go in sweats and eat a $200 dinner? I just don't see the point anymore of getting dressed up. It's okay for like a special occasion, but it gets old whenever you're here for a week in Vegas and you need to get dressed up every night to go to dinner. At least that's kind of how I feel. Maybe some people really enjoy it. I enjoy it sometimes, I just don't like having to do it. Dress code wise, I wanted to address that though. Nothing has been enforced while we're here at Resorts World, which is a little irritating because I like to adhere to the dress codes because I don't want to be like thrown out, but oh my gosh, have I seen the gambit of rule breakers pretty well. So they're not enforcing the dress codes anywhere. Wear whatever you feel comfortable in and you'll probably get in just fine. I'll definitely flesh out all of my feelings about this place in the morning after I have a full night's rest because we have a lot to talk about. So stick around for that. I will see you in the morning. I think it's time to give my final thoughts on the Crockfords. I will still say that the bed is too soft. I slept only okay last night, so I'm moderately looking forward to getting out of here. But in general, I would say I really enjoyed my stay. I'm going to talk through everything in my standard 7-point checklist. So let's start with check-in. The man that checked us in was named Brian. He was just such a delight. I loved him. He even walked us to the elevator. It wasn't rehearsed. It was fresh. It was authentic. It was sincere. Really the best check-in experience. Maybe the best check-in experience I've ever had at a hotel. It really set a tone for the entire stay. Really, really made a difference. We checked in a little bit after 4 and there wasn't any sign of a line. But this is a very small place. Even though this is a huge tower and Resorts World in general occupies a huge space, the Crockfords is only about 7 floors on the top of one of them, so pretty small.
I would say the check-in experience was a 5 out of 5. Everything was amazing, including the valet staff that met us out front. They were really great too. Moving on to the cleaning and condition of the property. I can't talk about the room getting refreshed. We didn't hit them at the right time. Brad was working in the room for most of the day, and then we left for about 2.5 hours to go to the pool. That didn't quite hit the cleaning service at the right time, and they kind of missed us. So I can't talk about how well the room refresh was, but the condition of this place is pretty darn good. Our room was so clean. Like really, really clean. And I couldn't find a scuff or a mark on any wall. This place is about 3 years old, and I think that they have definitely taken care of it. I really have nothing bad to say about the hotel lobby. It's gorgeous, so bright and airy, feels really luxe. Probably doesn't quite do it justice on camera, but just know that whenever you walk in, it feels really, really nice in here. I give the condition a 5 out of 5. I couldn't see any problems. Perfect to me. Next up, I want to talk about amenities. This is a huge section, okay? So there's a lot to talk about here. First off, you get free breakfast with your stay. It is small bites. It's just a little bit of like a light snack in the morning, but that's really all I need. I'm not much of a breakfast person, and the coffee that was free in the lobby was fantastic. That's such a great added value. They also leave fresh fruit out throughout the day, so if you need a snack, you can pop in throughout the day for one in the lobby. Also attached to the lobby is the Crockfords Club. That is their private gambling section. So if you're staying in this hotel and you don't want to gamble out on the main floor, they do have a small area attached to the lobby that you can go and gamble. If you're staying here at the Crockfords, you get free parking. That's a nice added value. We don't ever have a car in Vegas, but it is good to know that the Uber will pick you up out front of the Crockfords lobby. So you don't have to go to the other Uber pickup elsewhere on property. And so that's nice because sometimes those walks can be really long. Just with most hotels, there is a gym. We didn't see it, but I've heard that it's good. It's attached to the rest of the Resorts World. It's not exclusive to the Crockfords. And I would say that in general, pretty well most of my problems that I have with staying here are focused on things that have to do with the Resorts World property as a whole and nothing to do with the Crockfords section. So I would absolutely go and visit another Crockfords somewhere else in the world, or maybe some of the other ones that are in the US. Let me know if you want to see that. Now let's talk about the pool. This is the one little downside that I have. You used to get free access into the infinity pool, and you no longer do. You now just get your own private pool, but I don't know how private it is because they weren't really checking. Also, it has a fountain in the middle, so it's really attractive to like families, so there's a lot of kids playing there. Might be a plus or minus to you depending on who you're staying with. Service at the pool was really good. I wish the restaurant they had there was a little bit better. Gosh, the food was terrible. The chairs and the general condition of that pool, I thought really lacked. I was really surprised that they used the same cushions and loungers as the rest of the property. It did not feel up to the Crockfords standard. It really felt like an afterthought. I don't know what they were actually thinking. They really need to redo that pool if they want to uphold that high-end luxury standard that they have. I also want to note that I'm sure this is handled by Resorts World particularly, but the lifeguards down there really need some more training. They were all busy talking to each other. I didn't really see any of them at the Crockfords pool actually doing their job and watching people swim. They were much more interested in what they all had going on after work that day. So maybe I just caught them on a bad day, but that's not really the kind of employee that you want taking a break, especially considering that there's a lot of children swimming around in the pool that day. Hopefully that changes, or hopefully it just was kind of a random bad day.
Because of the pool, I rated the amenities a 4 out of 5. I think there are much better pool experiences. I just stayed at the Fontainebleau. I'll link the video here. That pool was amazing. I think this is a better property, but that pool experience over there beats Resorts World pool experience by a ton. So if you're a pool person, maybe consider staying over there. Next up, I want to talk about the staff. And they really deserve a 5 out of 5. They really deserve more than a 5 out of 5. I mean, just a complete round of applause for them. All the staff members we met in the hall were so friendly, so welcoming, and everyone that I seen working directly for the Crockfords was exceptionally well trained and well versed. Even the breakfast staff handled their job to such a high degree, and they would take their time to kind of go around and talk to everyone, maybe fluff a pillow here or there. I mean, really more than you could ever ask for hotel staff. They were amazing. Good job, you guys. 5 out of 5. Now let's talk about food. I could probably talk an hour about the food at Resorts World. It's vast. It varies in expense. Some of it's expensive, some of it's cheap. It really runs the gambit, and it really also runs the gamut of anything that you want. It doesn't fall into one particular category like some other hotels do. You can get steak, you can get seafood, you can get Asian, you can get Mediterranean, Italian, really anything that you want they have here. And for that, it was amazing to just do a hotel staycation here in Resorts World. There's almost no reason to leave, and that's such a good bonus. Now, the food that we had this particular trip was good and bad. We're actually heading out to have the Crossroads vegan brunch after I get done talking with you guys, but I'm sure you guys want to know how it is. So let's transport into the future and see what I thought about it.
Okay, I'm going to talk really fast and really loud because there's a lot of noise and I don't want to get a copyright here. So, how was it? It was okay. I don't know if I'd recommend it. Do it if you think it's like a novelty. Don't do it if you expect like a really good brunch, because you can do better for a similar price over at the Cosmo. Their Wicked Spoon brunch buffet is so good and a much better value than this place. The food was really all over the place. I especially liked the bacon. Brad hated the bacon. The eggs were particularly bad. I've had much better tofu eggs from other places. And that's really the general thought that I'd have, is I've had better vegan food at other establishments, and I would just expect better, especially for around $50 per person. My mocktail, however, in here was fantastic. So if you want a good mocktail, maybe stop it. Beautiful interior, really soothing, nice piano player. Overall, the experience was just eh.
Okay, now that we are back from that, I have no idea how I thought about the Crossroads brunch, but the food here has been good and it's been bad. The last time we were here, it was mostly good. I really, really love the lounges on this property. I think that the Monkey Tiki Lounge looks so fun. Really want to try that next time. And I loved the lounge up on 66th. I think that's a great way to start your evening. Because of all those reasons, I gave the food a 5 out of 5. And I did that not because all the food is great. I did that because you could easily eat here and have all great food. I would just go by the kind of food that places have and what you like to enjoy. But I think that you could easily have a stay with pretty well perfect food. I definitely recommend Carver Steak. The Caviar restaurant is now Aqua. That place was amazing last time. I really ate the Cigar Lounge, even though they don't have food, just drinks. And most of the food on 66 was pretty good too. So you can definitely find great food here. Oh, I forgot the food hall. So they have an amazing food hall here. I really covered it in depth in my first Resorts World video, so I didn't really cover it at all in this one, but we ate at a lot of places there last time and I enjoyed pretty well all of it. So if you want some cheap eats, I definitely recommend the Famous Foods Hall here. Really, really good. Moving on to room overview. Let's wrap this up. I've been talking for too long. We got to hit our reservation. So the room overview, I would say it's pretty good. It's not perfect. I gave it a 4 out of 5. The main room is lovely. I love that there's an espresso maker and a Theragun, big floor to ceiling windows, lots of natural light in the main living area and in the bathroom. Great closet space, really pretty good. I knocked it down 1 star because I thought the bed was a little soft and the bathroom setup. Let me show you. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you guys. So you come in and then you have this bathroom door that kind of sticks out. It doesn't really come across, but it's like really sticking out from the wall. And then you have this bathroom door that you have to try to avoid the other bathroom door while you're going in here. And so the actual room here between this door and this door, really small. Okay, so you can kind of see how tight this is. It like barely kind of makes it. Also, there's just have this rubber stopper here that makes a really loud clanging whenever this glass door hits it. Just kind of a poor design. You want to kind of be getting ready here at the sink, and then I'm like walking around this door, or I'm like opening it and trying to avoid the other door here. It just could have been like a better design. It isn't really that big of a deal, but I think they could have done just a little bit better, and wanted to point that out to you guys, because if you're getting ready here, you will get annoyed by it. So as you can see, the bathroom has just a kind of an odd floor plan, and I just thought that that was so annoying numerous times throughout the stay. It continually irritated me anytime I had to use the bathroom in there or was getting ready and needed to throw something away. It just was a poor design in general, I think. And so I knocked it down a star for it. But I thought the room was beautiful and it feels really spacious, and I think you would like it too. Finally, let's talk about the value. Everyone wants to know what I paid for this room. I paid around $370 a night. Plus there's a $50 resort fee. That is pretty well standard everywhere. I really wish they would just roll that into the rate. I don't know who they think they're kidding. That was significantly cheaper for a weekend rate than a lot of the other luxury places around. The Wynn was significantly more. The Bellagio was significantly more, upwards of like $100 more. So comparatively to those other luxury properties, I actually think you're getting a pretty great value. You're getting a lot of amenities of Resorts World, and you're getting an ultra luxury place to stay. The price really goes up from there. This is the cheapest room that you can get here at the Crockfords. So just be prepared. If you want a suite, you're going to pay significantly more for it. Overall, I think the value deserves a 5 out of 5. I think you're getting a lot of bang for your buck here. That gives this hotel an overall rating of 33 out of 35. I think that shows that I absolutely would consider going back. I definitely recommend it to you guys. Let me know if you've stayed here before, but I really enjoyed making this video, and I really loved having you with me for it. I'll be back shortly with another hotel review. Until then, bye.